Yeah, boy.
Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to the boat gang. Alright, we got the little mini dom. Okay, this is the Oxidean Marine mini dom. Basically the same thing as a 10 shock mini mono. Okay, a little stepped hull, 17-inch mono. Alright. The deal with this boat, it's like a little race boat. It does a great right-hand turn. Left-hand turns not so great because it only comes with one turn fin. Okay, so one of my viewers, one of my subscribers, actually 3D printed me this little turn fin bracket right here. Okay, it actually gets installed into the flood chamber wall right there. We're going to glue it into place. Pretty simple. So we're actually going to install that, put both turn fins on the mini dom. We'll be running the boat in an upcoming video, so stick around. Big B with Ironclad RC. It should actually be pretty simple to install. Basically only need to drill one screw hole. Okay, I got the screw out. It's like a little flanged 3D printed bracket, and it gets installed, like I said, right here. Okay, boom. We'll put that one screw in just to kind of secure it. The flood chamber right here will basically keep it from going up and down. We'll also back it up with some E6000 or shoe goo. I'm gonna use E6000, whatever your preference is, but basically gonna get installed just like that. Okay, it actually, he sent this to me with a small carbon fiber turn fin. So if you do get this, you just get your own turn fin set, a small set, and there's already a turn fin bracket on the right side of the boat. So you just need this one 3D printed part right here. He actually sent some pretty clear instructions, and I do not know where I put them at. So I'm gonna use my, what I call a feeler gauge, to figure out where we need to drill our hole at. Alright, so I'm basically going to go 17. Actually, I'm going to go 16. 17. Let's do 17. Alright, like I said, I don't know where I put the freaking directions at. Pretty simple though. Okay, and then I'm going to mark out 17 millimeters on my boat. Okay. Double check, triple check your work. Yep, that's gonna be good. Yeah, like I was saying, this comes in handy. These feeler gauges come in handy. Measuring shaft sizes, bearing sizes, steering push rod sizes. I mean, you use these, I use these on a daily basis. I've had this for Harbor Freight, like $6 or $8, man. If you're an RC boater, definitely need a set of those, you know. Oh yeah, here's that Waltz cable I pulled out the Sonic Wake. Those of you who watched yesterday's upload, that's exactly what happened. The connection come loose. So this is the cable I got from them, just to kind of check the quality. I like the thin strand cable. I like that. That's why I ordered the heavy, you know, the .187 cable from Walt. You know, now this .150, the connection looks great. Solid connection, like the cable soaked up all the solder and the braze, you know, like when he brazed it. You can see it's stiff. Okay, the one that broke, it doesn't look like it's soaked up the braze. You know what I'm saying? Look how much more braze is on this than on this one. And I guess the stub shaft that he put on the cable, okay, it might not have been completely clean, and it didn't take, or it didn't get hot enough, or there wasn't enough flux in the stub shaft. This is a stub shaft that I soldered. I never used it. I used the other one I did 2 of them. I didn't use it because the connection was made crooked. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it was made crooked. That's the way this one came. The connection was crooked. It was crooked. Oh my, It wasn't that bad, but it was damn near that bad. So before I put it in my boat, I gently straightened it out. I had to straighten the cable out because he sent it in a plastic bag like this. So I had to straighten the memory out in the cable. And then I had to straighten out this little connection point here. Because normally if you had enough braze on it, that right there wouldn't bend. You know? It wouldn't bend there either. Alright, let's get back on subject. So let's go ahead and drill this hole out. Should be pretty easy, you guys. Pretty simple install. Ooh, ooh. Alright. So it's actually a pretty nice little bracket. Has a recess for your nut. You guys see that? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Makes things easy on you. Alright, let's see if we can get this. Oh, it's not dried up. How about that? How about that? So basically gonna put some E6000 on it just for reassurance. That'll actually help hold it in place while you're trying to find the screw hole. I bet if it had hair around it I could find it. Yeah, this might be the hardest part, trying to find the hole. Oh, I got it. How about that? I got it, boy. It actually feels like it's pretty tight in there. That E6000 will just help hold it in place, you know. So go ahead and put this turn fin on, and we'll throw the other turn fin on. I'll try to get this boat out so we can test the 2 turn fins in an upcoming video next couple days. Next time I go to the park pond, we'll test them. Okay. Alright, so I got the stock turn fin off, and we're going to use the stock turn fin bracket for our upgraded turn fin set. Now, these turn fins are actually going to be mounted straight up and down. Typically on a monohull, your turn fin gets mounted on the dead rise angle, you know. But I think these will be fine, straight up and down. Gives you some adjustability. We need a longer screw than that. Okay, so with my particular set, I just had to get a longer screw for this turn fin bracket. No big deal. I guess I could use the stock bracket and the stock screw and just thread into the bracket, but I would actually have to modify my turn fin. So I'm just going to go with a 2.5 here, okay, and put a nut on it. And it has that fancy washer on there, so looks good. See that? Needle nose, I just grinded a little half moon on each side, and it does a pretty good job at grabbing these little 2.5 millimeter nuts, you know. Holds on to them real good so they don't slip out and move around. A lot of times when you're holding on to a nut with pliers, a lot of times they'll want to like spin in the plier, you know. These hold it perfect. Yep. No need for Loctite because they're locking nuts, so we don't need no Loctite. That's sharp looking, huh? It looks good, man. Oh, I'm freaking stoked. I'm excited to try these things out. So you can tell it's a big difference in size. Okay, the stock turn fin is much wider. Okay, but the stock turn fin, you really don't get a whole lot of like angle adjustability. You know, it's basically straight up and down, and that's it. Okay, the new turn fin, we get height adjustability and angle adjustability, which is pretty cool. The stock turn fin's a lot wider You know, and the reason it's such a wide turn fin is so it grabs and grips the water in a turn while you're racing. Last thing you want your boat skipping out in a race, you know. So having 2 turn fins on this boat is actually going to make, like, it's going to actually make this boat 100 times funner. It's basically going to be a basher now, you know. Basher. You can if you're going to race the boat, you can always throw the big turn fin on, take the other one off. But it's a basher. You're going to be able to do left and right turns just as hard as you can. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about it. The only negative to my setup is the carbon fiber turn fin. I actually have a carbon fiber turn fin on my ironclad outrigger, and keeping that turn fin sharp, it's a chore. It's a chore. You know, it dulls out pretty easy, and sharpening it is actually kind of a pain in the butt. So, you know, I like the carbon fiber. I actually really like it. And if you have a carbon fiber hull, it's going to look really good. But, yeah, it's going to be exciting to run. We'll try to get it out this weekend. It's Friday for you guys today, so we'll try to get it out Saturday or Sunday, probably Sunday. We'll have a video Sunday. So, oh yeah, the inside of my boat is pretty much all stock. This is like the first upgrade I've done. Now, Oxidean actually sells a carbon fiber stuffing tube, you know, a kit with bearings and everything, that actually looks pretty good, pretty mint on the boat. Oversized bearings, you know, so you don't burn your bearings up. I've actually only had to change out one bearing on this boat. That back flange bearing went out. And the only other thing I've done to this boat is I changed the cooling line out from the orange to the blue, just so it matches the motor, battery straps, and my favorite prop. But the only other thing I've done is reinforced this flood chamber. I took some epoxy and chopped up fiberglass and just went up and down this flood chamber wall right here, especially around the battery tray area. Basically from here as far forward as I could go. Okay, I took that resin and chopped up carbon fiber mix, went right down the seam, and then I took dry fiberglass and dabbed it over the top of the wet resin. Okay, reinforced it, because you got to figure, you know, this boat goes acrobatic, you know, 40-50 mile an hour, and when you're, you know, flipping stuff with a 2200 milliamp battery, it could bust stuff loose. I've read guys busting the flood chamber loose on these boats, so that's basically the reason why I reinforced it. I also did this top seam right here. You know, you gotta figure you're putting that battery in and out, you know, pulling on these straps, trying to strap your battery in as tight as you can, and you know, it's right on this flood chamber seam. It'll bust it loose. So just a little tip for you guys that have the mini mono. Might be something that you can do to ironclad your boat out. I got to put some double-sided tape on there now. I busted it loose. So yeah, I think it's going to be a fun boat. We can bash it, you know. It's going to be fun. I'm really interested to see how well they hold a turn straight up and down. This one right here actually looks like it's canted in toward the keel a little bit, so I may need to loosen up some screws and straighten that out. So yeah, check out Rob. He's got the email address in the description. I'm not sure what he charges for that turn fin bracket. Check the comments before you email him. Okay, I'll pin his comment on the price. I can't remember what he said the price of that bracket is, but check the comments and give him an email. Check him out. He also makes the prop box that I'm actually doing a giveaway for as well. Check that video. I'll have a link in the description for that video if you want to get entered to win a prop box. Ironclad it out, boy. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Big B, we're Ironclad RC.